Alright, hi guys, welcome back to Be Kind J. My name is Janyell. If you don't know, I have two cloths. I never used to wipe my glasses with a cloth. I think I wiped it with like a sweater or a t-shirt or something, paper towel. Did not know that this is actually what you need to... I probably knew, but I always probably threw them away or just kept them in the case. Now, we're about to be nice. Excuse the background. I have some kids outside probably playing soccer, it looks like. Yeah, soccer. Couple houses down, they got kids. And we do have a school nearby too. Maybe that could be that. Whatever. Thank you for coming back on. We're going to jump right in. Today is going to be a little bit of backstory of how I kind of went from nutrition to HR. So, I don't regret anything in my life. The journey that I've made. I have 3 different degrees. About to have a 4th one. And each degree has a different type of major. So let's like reverse a little bit. After high school, I went to culinary school. So I went to a trade school too. So I have a certification for professional cooking. So that's something I do on the side. It's a hobby. Would I call myself a chef? Not really. I cook when I want to. I don't think that lifestyle was really for me. I think it was more that I just wanted to learn as like a hobby rather than a career. Who knows? Things may change. I always wanted to have my own little restaurant, but I never wanted to, like, you know how this is, right? Like when you have a restaurant, especially back then, you live at that restaurant. You work those 8 hours, 12 hours, 15 hours. You work those holidays. You work those weekends. That is your restaurant is your baby. And for me personally, I was just like, I don't want to be a personal chef for someone. I don't want to work in a restaurant where I'm behind the scenes. I did an internship working in 3 different restaurants, and I was miserable. Later on in my life, as I was doing those internships, I became a server. I got out of fast food, and I love the front. I love the front of the restaurant. I was really good with people. I wasn't so good at knowing drinks, but I've learned them from time to time, and I was able to make money, like quick cash, and that's what I really fell in love with. And I was like, well, how can I incorporate communication skills, cooking skills, and still make money? And then I realized, I was like, you may have to be the owner of this. When I went to college, I did not apply myself to college, okay? I didn't apply myself to high school. And when I got to college, I took a placement test and I was not, I failed all 3 subjects: math, English, reading. And you take 3 separate courses for each subject. So 3 courses for reading, 3 courses for English, 3 courses for math, which is 3 semesters long of non-credit classes, non-remedial, financial. It doesn't cover you. I worked 2 or 3 jobs just to get by. I think I even went back to I used to work at Burger King, just to make it. And this is after, culinary school. And I didn't know first of all, you can't pick a major. You have to make sure you kind of get out of these courses before you can actually decide what major you want to be into. And I kind of wanted to stay with food, so I decided, okay, hey, you know what? If I can't cook the food, why don't I know behind the food? Like, let me figure out, what is it that I like about food? Do I know enough about food? Like, do I know the difference between this and what helps you be healthy? Or, is this bad for you? Yada, yada, yada. So after my remedios, and you can actually skip from 1, 2, and 3 levels. Like, I skipped out of math from level 1 to level 3. And then reading, I went all through. I had poor reading comprehension skills. I still do, but they have lessened, because anything that you have a skill that you're lacking in, you have to keep practicing to get better. So I constantly am reading books, and I wish I could show you a book right here, but I don't have one in front of me. I'm constantly reading books, and I read purposely paper books. I don't read anything on a screen, like a Kindle or anything, because that's just screen time. It's not really good for your eyes. Probably why I have glasses. I like the fact that I'm reading actual paper. Anyway, I digress. And in English, I jumped at a level 1 to level 3. I went into school for food nutrition. I loved it. It was hard. I fell in love with all the science classes. Science is fun, guys. Like if you're a curious alley cat like me, you'll school. You will make it in science, because science, depending on what science is built for scientists, really. Like it's really for the mind to test, because history is just teaching you the past, math is just teaching you calculations, English is teaching you a language, but science is just so cool and so creative, and I just love learning the concept, because science kind of does all those things, but in one class, if you think about it. Because you do calculations in chem, you're learning a whole new language in chemistry, or I took organic chemistry, biology, yeah, huge big words. I used to be like, what the hell? I'm not going to remember all these muscles. First of all, I think I love biology, because if it wasn't for biology, I probably wouldn't be so good at the gym, figuring out all these different body parts that I have to work out in. Awesome. Guys, I'm not ready. I'm a little insecure though. Like, I'm not ready to really show off my body like that. But the progress is getting there. I've recently went back to weightlifting 2 months ago. Yeah. It's about to be 2 months in on the 19th. I'm definitely going to take before and after pics. Fast forwarding. Something's in my eye. Something's always in my eye. Nutrition was great. Until it wasn't great. I didn't know where I was going with nutrition. I didn't know what you could do. So when I graduated community college, I went to Queens College, and I was like, I'm going to be a registered dietitian. More science classes, which is great, phenomenal. But I couldn't see the vision that I was happy. Like, was registered dietitian going to be something I want to do? I watched videos, I looked up courses, and the courses ahead, how long it's going to take me, how much money I'm going to make. I asked some people around me, and it seemed like everybody was kind of miserable. First of all, hospitals, because I did some internships. Hospitals, you don't control the patient's diet. Doctor's going to tell you, hey, you're going to tell them that they need this, this, and that, and we're going to bill them. At the end of the hospital session, they get something in the mail, and that's it. You don't really have any say. So for any of you guys that want to help people be a nutritionist, be a registered dietitian, be whatever, maybe best to open up your own practice. And I was never wise enough at that time to open up my own practice. Same thing with culinary school, right? Like, I wanted to be the owner, but to me, I was like, business, scary. Opening my own practice, scary. Fast forwarding, I actually transferred to another college called Arizona State University, and I changed my major. So, I don't think I told you. I was working at Starbucks at this time, one of my jobs, and I was a consultant in another one. And I was living in Long Island, and I had to transition from being in Long Island at my job and then going to take the train to go to school out in Queens. And it was a little bit frustrating. And then there was another semester I was in Queens where I switched it around, where I would take the train in the morning, go to Queens, and then come home at night, afternoon, evening, to go work at Starbucks. I would be the closing shift. So it was nice, but it was just so much moving, so much, like, I felt like time was wasted, and I felt like I was in a degree I really didn't care about. If any of you guys are coffee drinkers or Starbucks employees, there's a program, I don't know if it still is, but there was a program where they would give you a scholarship for joining, ASU, depending on your transcripts, depending on your GPA and all this jazz. So I got in. Not only did I transition to ASU, which is Arizona State University, it was an online course finishing up my bachelor's. Never did online, never would consider it, didn't think I was smart enough. And before this, I never thought I was smart enough for school. That's kind of why I went to culinary school, because I didn't think I could do college. Yo, I'm telling you, I can't see the game, but I know there's a game outside. So here we are. Got into the school, had to change my major. They didn't have registered dietitian. And I was here talking to a career counselor, and I was like, hey, I really want to be somewhere in health or education. I want to be in something with food. I want to be really to help people. Like, I think I just want something that, is really good for you. And I got into a degree of health education. I graduated. No, I did not take my CHES exam. That's part of the degree. COVID happened. And I had to decide, am I going to stay in this or am I going to do something else, I was already in a corporate job at this time. I was already in HR. I wanted to be a health teacher. A lot of the teaching positions were flying. They were losing their jobs left and right. Substitutes were nowhere to be found. They were losing their jobs. Part-time positions weren't available. Full-time, I guess if you're tenured, you're safe. But if you're not, you're screwed. So here we are. I said, I'm already in corporate. I might as well stay in corporate. So I took my master's into human resources. Did I like human resources? At the time, not really. I just wanted my master's. I wanted to make money. I wanted to have money. I just want to clarify something. You can have a master's degree, but that doesn't mean you're going to hit your 6 figures right after you graduate. A lot of people think you're going to make big money, especially, when you're like a doctor or something. You got that degree going on. You're not going to hit your 6 figures right away. You might. There's a slim chance you might. But majority of the time, this is how it actually works. You start from the bottom and you work your way up, Or you start from like mid and you work your way up. I used to think that if I got a master's, I'll be making like 150K, but no, that's not. New York is cheap. Anyway, I digress. So I was actually scared in my master's because I took a flex program. Flex program, again, it's an online school. And this is another university. It's called Capella University. Online school that would allow you to take your courses on your pace. Self-study, online school. Now, I just want to let you know, just because it's a self-study, it's online, and you think that you're not getting homework or it's easy peasy, I've gotten papers thrown at me. And I'm really good at writing now. I wasn't good before, but I will say, as I was going through school, I started to really feel that I was, good at my craft. I was learning the skill. Remember how I told you I didn't think I could do it? I didn't apply myself, and I wasn't smart enough? Slowly, that confidence comes in. So, but anyway, I got papers thrown back at me and be like, nope, no. So it's a really test, and it really depends on what kind of professor you have, because not everyone is so nice. I had a hard time with a few, but there was some I loved. The one thing I will say is you may not be able to get a referral if you need one, because online, they're only basing it on your work. They don't actually know you as a person. I have asked for referrals. Like references and stuff, or anything, recommendations, really. I think that's the correct word. And I've got told that, you're not really in a classroom, so I don't know how to recommend you. And I'm like, I have A's in your class. I do all your homework and discussion boards. I'm the first one. And I answer 2-3 classmates when you're supposed to answer, I think, 2. Overachiever, pet peeve. Teacher's pet. Anyway, graduated. Now I'm bored. I feel like when you become a student and you continue being a student, you get bored. At this time, I finished my master's. I'm not happy in my career path. I felt like maybe HR wasn't for me. Maybe I wasn't good enough. Yada, yada, I moved. I moved and whatever, and I had a great job opportunity where I feel more than good enough. I feel challenged. I don't feel bored. I feel like life is starting again. I was still in the back of my mindset before, afraid of business. I was like, I'm not smart enough to be in business. Like, this is just maybe not for me, When I was in my master's and then when I graduated, I still felt insecure. But everything I do, especially at work, it's business, man. It's business. HR does everything. I swear to God, you're a therapist. You're a business person. You're a salesperson. You're a mom at one point, I think. Which is also like a therapist. You're a career counselor. And depending on where you work in HR, right? Persuader, everything. Stakeholder, everything. You hold events. You hold down pretty much the holiday parties and where we're going and where we're dancing and what we're doing, and you make all the surveys. You're the critical thinker. You're the mastermind jokester. Just kidding. Jester, if you want to say it. Mastermind jester. You do report to people. And jesters, if you don't know what jesters are, they would tell stories to kings in a funny way. But like being honest, but telling it in a different way where it would be almost comical to the kings and queens, And when you report to someone, like a direct report means like your manager pretty much are saying things. Maybe very directly, but firm in a certain way that's corporate. Anyway, now I realized I don't want to live working a 9 to 5 forever, man. Like, who wants to live working a corporate just for somebody else forever, Eventually, I want to do my own thing, I want to not open up my practice, not open up a practice in HR. I wound up going for my doctor's. I went for a PhD in HR, switched to a doctor's of education. I want to work for the school districts. I want to make something of myself, be an administrator, learn from there, and then take that information that I learned from that college, that university, that school, and somehow build it for myself whenever. I don't know when that is. But something just tells me, like, finish this degree, get the experience you need in a school, and we're about to go do magic. Don't know when, don't know how. I'm just filming my life journey. Because I truly feel that I'm gifted, and we're all gifted. We're all gifted in different things, But I feel there's more to life than just working behind a desk, man. It doesn't fulfill me. Eventually, this job that I will work in, I will get bored, It depends on how much creativity I can do, how much challenging you're going to give me, how much freedom. The glass ceiling does come. Unfortunately, a study shows glass ceilings are really known for women. And if you don't know what a glass ceiling is when women hit the top of like an actual ceiling where they can't go anymore in their career path, in their salary base, maybe bonuses or promotions and whatnot. I don't want to be like that. There's not a lot of Latin people that have a doctor's. I'm in the 1%. So, what am I going to do now? Like I told you, finish my doctor's, get into schools, figure out what that third thing is that I'm really passionate about. I was actually thinking to start something now, but the truth is, you need time. I don't have time to sit here and film a video every day, do reels every day, do, you know, like, I love this. I love filming, guys. Like, this is my thing. But this is a hobby. This don't make no money. Because I don't invest in it. Like, if I lost my job or if I left my job, I could put more money in this. Who knows? Just letting you know, I love YouTube. I love coming on the camera, guys. I love speaking to you all about life. Things happen. But I truly believe that my path is going to align something with opening up my own business, my own practice, my own product. Something in business is coming, and I just don't know what it is. But when I know, definitely let you guys know. Stay tuned. Take care. Love you guys. So hit that like button if you like the video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.